Hello everybody, my name is Mist, and welcome back to another episode of Now Reviews. Now 2 was released July 27th, 1999, and admittedly the worst of the first 10 editions in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, there are good songs, but they're just not as good as songs that came after. But how bad is this album? Let's find out, starting with... Unlike 2 songs I mentioned last episode, this can be annoying, and this time I agree with that statement. The background of the song goes all the way back to June 1997, where she was trying to get into the music industry, getting rejected by 3 labels along the way. The song was rejected by the Backstreet Boys, TLC, and 5 before Britney could record this, and even the words "Hit Me" were dropped from the title track. This became one of Britney's favorite songs in her catalog, but I got tired of the song pretty fast. The first time I heard this song, I liked it as it has that upbeat tone I like. But the more I listened to it, the more it got annoying to listen to. At least it is better than... This song might get a bit messy to talk about. I couldn't find much background about the song except for the final verse. The final verse was a test to see if the media would focus on the important political issues or the petty celebrity dissing. The media focused on the dissing while completely ignoring the politics. As for my issues with the song, I don't like how it sounds, but my biggest issue with the song is its length. I already have a low tolerance for songs that run over 4 minutes, and this one runs for 5 minutes. The Now albums generally cut down songs to make them shorter than they actually are, but they kept the whole song in this case. As far as I know, this band has not had another hit, so I only have this song to know them by, so I don't know if they have better songs. But speaking of better songs... This song is not Robbie Williams' best song, but it is still pretty good. This song is very unusual for pop music. If you are someone that looks at stuff like chord progression or pitch of notes, I am not one of the people that knows that stuff, so I learned that through research. For the sake of this not being too long, I won't get into much more background, but this song is very weird in terms of songs I like, no. But it is still one of the better songs on the album. This is not Robbie Williams' best by a lot. I actually think it's his worst out of songs I've listened to from him. But with his Now album and its selection, I will take what I can get. And as for another band who had better songs in the future, this is the song that people think of when they see Semisonic. This song was written because the band got tired of playing If I Run at the end of their concerts. Dan Wilson's girlfriend was also pregnant at the time, and he said that partway into the songs, he realized it was also talking about giving birth. It's amazing how meaning can find its way into songs accidentally. Now, even though this is their most popular song, I don't enjoy it. In fact, this was the only thing I heard from them until last year, and the songs were way better than this song. I don't know why, but I don't like this song the same way others do. I think it's way too down-tempo for me. As for another song that I feel is way too down-tempo, this is the 3rd song in a row where the artist did better in the future. I also don't like it when artists bring certain personal matters into songs, and this was one that should have been handled privately. Bono wrote this song as an apology to his wife for forgetting her birthday during the Joshua Tree sessions. I don't think the song needed to exist, but at least the profits of the song were given to Chernobyl Children's International, which is the favorite charity of Bono's wife. As for the song, I don't like it. It is not fun to listen to, and it is quite boring. U2 has done better, and I generally enjoy their music, which I can say the same for... Even though this is one of Sheryl Crow's better songs, once again the artist has done better. This song has been compared to Carly Simon's You're So Vain, which is another good song, and I can kinda see why. The song was written about an ex which may claim to be Eric Clapton, which Sheryl Crow has denied. She has never said who the song was about, so it's up to the listener to decide that. But despite that, I still like the song. Yes, it's simple, but it actually is enjoyable for me this time. Still, she has done better, but that will not take away from how good this is. Now, as for a song I have the opposite feelings about, I've always found this band annoying, so imagine how I feel about the song. The song uses 6 different samples, and for time's sake I won't get into them, so that already makes it too much for me. I personally have never liked the song, and having heard other songs, my feelings here have worsened. If you are a younger viewer, you would know that another version of the song was released with Rita Ora singing, and it was way better. This isn't their worst, but I have never liked their music. As for another band I have never liked, I feel like the song does too much at times. I can't even begin to describe how much work was done on the song. A lot of the songs on their second album reference 60s, 70s, or 80s rock, but to me, this song sounds more 90s to me as I hear grunge elements in it. Yes, I know it's industrial rock, but I confuse the two sounds a lot. Back to the song, it sounds messy in a way I don't enjoy it and it worsens my feelings on it. Now onto a song that is less remembered than the band's other single, Never There. Anyone who knows my personal taste will know why I like the song. The song is about a boy who is frustrated that his girlfriend doesn't answer his phone calls. The boy feels like he can't make it through life without her, but he needs to focus on his own concerns instead. John McCrea has stated that this song is a country song in disguise, and I have a few things to say about that statement. Country is my favorite genre of music, and I have listened to both classic and modern, and I still hear this as an alternative rock song. It just doesn't sound country to me, so I refuse to acknowledge it as such. But it doesn't take away how good the song is. I do enjoy alternative rock, and although it's not the best alternative rock, it's still really good. I also believe the song to be better than their other single, The Distance. Now to keep this positivity going with the song, being born in the late 90s, boy bands have been a guilty pleasure of mine and I do enjoy the song to an extent. There isn't much background on the song so I can't talk much about it. As for how it sounds, although it's pleasant, I wish it did more. It sounds like a generic love song any boy band can sing. 98 Degrees have done better songs so I can't say this is excellent. However, if you haven't heard of this band, this is a good starting point. Now going from boy band to girl group, the song is sad not because of the subject matter, but because of the circumstances surrounding the song. This song was originally written about a relationship ending, but before recording began, Jerry Halliwell announced that she would be leaving the group. This song was rewritten and we have what we have here. As for my opinion, I want to like this song, but I have never been impressed with the group's music. I wish I liked the song more, but it is their best. Now onto a song that triggers nostalgia for me. I remember watching Rugrats when I was younger, but I don't think I've ever watched the movie. The song appears in the movie, so I will only talk about the song and not how it's included in any other media, and this will go for all songs with this distinction. Now, Backstreet became involved with Nickelodeon after they found out that they were their favorite R&B group. This song took 1 day to complete, but you would never guess that based on how it sounds. Listening to it, the Rugrats sample is very noticeable. If you ever watched the show, you would agree. It helps the song appeal to kids, so it does its job well in that regard. As an adult, it's still good, but not as much as if I was younger. But on to an artist with a messy history. When a woman's made up. Before I start, I would like to say whenever I get to an artist who is controversial, I will only talk about the quality of the song. With this song, I couldn't find background, so I am left with talking about my opinions. I find the song really boring. I have said before that I am not a fan of R&B, and this song brings up my personal problem with it. I like slow songs, but R&B has a history of making them unenjoyable, and that happens on this song. I can't get behind the song at all, which I can say the same for Just to be clear, if the song resonates with you, that's completely fine. However, it doesn't change the fact that I don't enjoy the song. This song will resonate with anyone whose father was not in the picture, much like it was for lead singer Art Alexakis. However, my issues with Everclear continue as once again the song is unenjoyable. I do like the way that Everclear makes their music, as it sounds like there is not any effort put into it, and I am not a fan of Alexakis' voice. Yes, it makes them unique, but it doesn't help me enjoy it more. Now onto something much more enjoyable. Life is so love the one you got. I thought this was a fun song to listen to, until I heard the background. The song was released after Bradley Norwell's death, so this acts as a tribute to him. However, listening to it, you would not suspect that based on how it sounds. Half Pint's song Loving is lifted in the song, and it was very noticeable that Sublime had some type of reggae influence. In all honesty, my favorite part is during the rapping section, as I didn't find the other parts that enjoyable. It's still a good song, but it could be better. And heading to something I enjoy hearing. Like I said, boy bands are a guilty pleasure of mine. The song was originally released by Keith Martin, and Brian Littrell picked it up after hearing Martin's version on the radio. This is also said to be the group's longest recording due to the lead vocalist having colds. As for the song, yes, it is enjoyable and fun to listen to, but is it the group's best song? Not by a long shot. I have heard better songs from the group, some we will talk about in the future, but as for this one, it's still a good song. Now, for an artist who still holds relevance today, if you know about Broadway, you know that the song samples Hard Knock Life from Annie. At the time, this was Jay-Z's most successful single, and I can see why. As for my opinion, I am unsure whether I like it or not. There are parts I like and don't like about it. I am fine when people talk about their experiences with life and music, but the sample, while I enjoy, annoys me here. But if you want a song that straight up annoys me,
don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life.
This is a remix version of an essay written by Mary Schmick, and with her permission this was created. There are two reasons why I don't like the song. The first is the spoken word aspect. It makes a song lack any type of harmony, which is one thing that makes music fun to listen to. The second reason is the length of the song. I said earlier that I have a low tolerance for songs over 4 minutes, and this is 5 minutes long. I like the messages it conveys, but it doesn't save the song. And that's it for this album. Like I said at the beginning, this album was rough for me to get through, but getting through it again, it is not as bad as I intentionally believed. The best song on the album goes to Never There by Cake. It's a really great song that I look forward to every time I listen to this album. Other songs I like will be in the description below. Next time we have another edition that is better, but not as good as this one. But who knows? This one surprised me, maybe the next one will also. Until then, my name has been Mist, and take care everybody.